What it do, you sadistic cum lords? This is part 2 of my Skarlet guide, and let's get right into it. The first thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is how to mix your opponent's shit up with Skarlet. Basically, I'm going to show you how to put a textbook in your opponent's mouth and go to Pound Town on their ass, prison style. So, how do you do that? With Skarlet, it's very interesting. She has an overhead, right? A lot of people don't fucks with this overhead. They really don't. They say, oh, this damage is trash, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Another thing Skarlet has is a short hop. I've been using short hops with Skarlet as of late, and holy fuck have they made my life easier. Doing short hops with Skarlet, it kind of changes the way you see using Skarlet. If you don't do short hops with Skarlet, I highly recommend it, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a little bit. So there's that. You have an overhead starter, nice and long, and then it creates this mind game with your opponent. You know, always get through the overhead so they just stand up. Oh, I'm going to be minus 17 if my opponent blocks, and then that's when you throw her long-ass sweep, or you grab them, or whatever the fuck it is you want to do, right? And another thing she has that I barely started using, yeah, believe it or not, I barely started using this move like this, and it's a fucking game changer for me. The only time I would use this move is off of a jump punch, or if I'm corner raping my opponent, and that is this shit right here. This fucking move, I abuse the living shit. I abuse and harass this move so much, I might fucking get canceled. You fucking heard me. I might get fucking canceled. They gave Skarlet really weird and disappointing changes, like balance changes, right? Or buffs, as you want to say. But this one is actually pretty solid, right? It's pretty solid. Not only that, I use this shit in neutral and as a footsie tool, and holy fuck, to suppress my fucking opponents. Using this as a footsie tool is fucking scary. If you know how to use this move in like neutral, holy fuck, your opponent is, they're basically fucked. They're just gonna have to block all fucking day, basically. They basically have to block all fucking day. And that's what I've been doing. I've been getting really comfortable doing this in neutral, and it's been making matches way shorter than they should, like way more shorter for me. It just makes my life so much easier using this move. Back then, it was a double high, and I said, you know what, I don't want to fucking deal with that shit. I just get mashed out and down forward and uppercut either way. But now that the last hit is a mid, it's pretty solid. So you're like, alright, what the fuck am I bitching moaning about? You're showing me a short hop 9%, who gives a fuck? A fucking unsafe ass overhead. And then, yo, okay, whoop-de-fucking-do, a disappointing fucking Skarlet buff. Let me break that shit down for you. First thing I want to break down is your forward 4. This is another move that I might get canceled. I abuse the shit out of Skarlet's forward 4. There's a million reasons why, but I just do. Especially for those little tryhards that try flawless blocking in this game. Which, hey, good for you, buddy. When you do Skarlet's forward 4, people are just waiting for the follow-up. They're waiting for that follow-up, and they're waiting to flawless block it. They just are. It is what it is, right? So what you do is you do this, and you go into a short hop. Try it out. I shit you not. Go to Kombat League and just do this shit on your opponent whenever it's your turn. Do it, and if it fucking works, just turn the console off and then come back to this video. This shit is a complete fucking game changer. I don't know why I haven't done this before, but I've been doing like stuff like this, and then into it, even like boom, and then boom, like it's like holy shit. Even on hit, it will land if you just space it fucking right, and they get fucking clipped, whatever, right? So doing it once, and when your opponent blocks and going to a short hop, people are just not ready for that. They're just not. They're really not ready for it. Can you get poked out? Abso-fucking-lutely. You absolutely can, but that's when it's your fucking job to basically condition them. Now, it's a fucking guessing game. Am I gonna go to my short hop? Am I gonna complete the damn string? So now it's like, you're making your opponent's trigger finger way more itchier than it fucking should be. Now, they're gonna start pressing buttons when they shouldn't, and shit like that. and it's really fucking good. Doing short hops is really good. So now let's say you start doing shit like this. Instead of that, you can start doing stuff like this, and then boom, just completely throw him off. Absolutely throw him off. Then you're like, yo, this shit is unsafe as fuck. That's when you try it out on your opponent. If you start landing a bunch of overheads on your opponent, fuck it, abuse it. What the fuck do you have to lose? But if not, I got another solution for you. Another thing that you can do is forward 4 and go into your plus frames. You're like, whoa, what the fuck? I can get poked out of that. Like, it's a fucking high. Yes, it is a fucking high, but that's your fucking job to condition the shit out of your opponent. You need to condition your opponent for that shit. So that's when you do stuff like, you do that, block, and then you grab it. Like doing stuff like that, or doing block, and then you do shit like that. Another thing, if this is kind of dirty, but hey, I still do this. I don't give a shit. It's Mortal Kombat. It's the dirtiest fucking game there is. Fighting game there is. You do a 4-4 jump, go into your plus frames. That's one way of doing it. People get thrown off when you fucking jump, and they're like, what the fuck? Do this every now and then, don't abuse it. But like, when you want to end it out, boom, just do that. Or not only that, you can just literally do this and then go into your overhead. That throws everyone off. So check this out. You do this, step back and forth, blah blah blah, footsie, and that's like, yeah, that does damage, dude. That fucking does damage right there. Look at your opponent's health bar. That does a pretty solid amount of damage. This shit lands, back forward. That does some pretty solid damage. So there's that. So you can do that stuff right there. You can do a 4-4 jump and go into that. And then especially if they're trying to flawless block you, they're trying to flawless block this shit. Instead of that, boom, you're basically gonna be +6. So it's up to your opponent, like, what the fuck you're gonna do. It's a complete mind game, Not only that, but your opponent also has to worry about you doing this and fucking grabbing them, doing the old dirty bastard. Not only that, but they also have to worry about you stepping back and then possibly going for a sweep or an overhead, like doing this, stepping back, and then doing that. One thing I like to do, boom, space my opponent out. So your opponent has a lot of shit to worry about off the forward 4. So there's that. Another one that's probably my new favorite setup of doing either short hops or overheads or going to my plus frames is landing the down 1. You land the down 1, boom, and then you go and you hit him with this, and then you just stagger it. Here's the thing. This is a me thing. You guys don't need to do this. It is a me thing, but here's the thing. Check it out. When I punish my opponent, I'm doing this every time in Blood Pierce. What the fuck? In Blood Drive. And in Heart Pierce, I'm doing this. I'm getting my health back. And in, her third, I'm getting 24%, right? So off of a punish, that's what I'm doing. But if I land this down 1 and I know my opponent's probably going to block that shit, I always stagger it. All the fucking time. I don't fucking care. Because check this out. If I don't, there's a good chance they're going to, flawless block it, whatever. Or they'll just fucking block it. I'll just do this. And then, not that, but like, I'll just do something like this. Yeah, it is pretty solid. There's pushback and stuff like that, but it's always a risk. But I always stagger it. And what do I stagger it into? One thing I like to do, if it lands, do this, forward 4, and then those exact same mind games I'm telling you. Do this, boom, short hop. That works all the fucking time. It just does. Like, from my experience, that just throws everyone off. Like, it really does. So 1, 2, this shit's guaranteed. If this shit lands, this shit's guaranteed. Another thing, boom, you condition your opponent. Here's the thing, you condition your opponent to get ready for the fucking forward 4. Or not only that, you could do this and then space them out, or 1, 2, get your plus frames, or 1, 2, and then be completely plus, whatever, right? There's so many fucking mind games to it. But I always condition my opponent to do that. Another thing I like to do, they get pushed back, go into my overhead. Create some space. Create some fucking space and just go in for the overhead. And then what I've been doing lately, because I just started using this move, is doing this and then going into this boom, dash up, and then going into that. Condition them to get ready to block the fucking mid or whatever the fuck it is. It's really fucking good. And yeah, this is so fucking solid. Another thing that you can do is check this out. 1, 2, 1, overhead, or 1, 2, boom, walk up grab. Like, there's so many fucking mind games that you can do off of Skarlet staggers, off of this shit alone. So check this out. Another thing that I've been doing lately, and this shit, I don't know why I haven't done this shit earlier. Like, I literally just started doing this shit today, and it's just been making my life so much easy, is land the down 1, or whatever. Do this shit, even if it lands, or if it fucking doesn't, or whatever. Because people are waiting for that follow-up. You condition them for that follow-up, okay? You land that one, do this, and then you go into your plus frames. You know what happens all the time? All the fucking time? Is that third fucking hit hits them. All the time. I do this, 1, it fucking throws them off all the fucking time. Yeah, you can do this, and then go into that. But honestly, to me, doing this is just much better. It's just way fucking better doing this. It's just way better doing this and going to your forward 4 mind games. Oh, like you could do literally this, boom, 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 short hopper, boom, 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 sweep, or then boom, 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 overhead, or boom, boom, grab. You can literally start doing, not only that, but check this out. You can do this, boom, short hop. Or you could do boom, grab. Or you could do this, boom, stuff like that, or this, boom. No, not that. Sorry. You do this, boom, and then go into your overhead and just make it a complete guessing game for your opponent. Is it going to be plus frames? Is it going to be these annoying ass overheads? Is it going to be forward 4 pressure? Am I going to get spaced out? Am I going to get grabbed? Am I going to get health back? So many fucking things that you can do off of these fucking staggers. It's ridiculous. So there's that. With mixing your opponent. There's more. Another thing you could do, here's a little quick one, is that if you land any of your pokes, this or this, you can basically go into your short hops. This is my money maker right here, just doing this, boom, going into that. And another thing, gelling this into this is pretty fucking easy. Like, gelling it is pretty fucking easy if you ask me. It's not that hard. You have to just wait just a little bit, and then boom, get your forward 4 game going. It's pretty fucking solid. So I highly recommend finding creative ways of doing it. So there's that. So you have this, the forward 4, and then the one that a lot of people do. I'm not gonna lie, I fucking saw some high level Skarlet players do this shit, you know, those backpedaling little pussies. Is this and then going into it. It's pretty fucking good. I didn't come up with that. I just saw other people doing it. You know, you have to jack people's tech. You just have to. I've jacked a good amount of tech from just other characters. Skarlet, I kind of learned a lot of this shit on my own. But it's important to see how people do tech and if it works for them and if it doesn't, what works for you and how to enforce that shit. But doing this into plus is pretty fucking good. You gotta think about it. It's like a fucking, this high just enforces people to like, what the fuck. And like, check this out. Another important thing, if this lands, this is guaranteed. This gels. If this lands, this is guaranteed, or this is guaranteed, or check this out. If this lands, this is guaranteed. Like, being hit, when you have the hit advantage off these moves, you can literally gel into your fucking, into your double kick. And be basically +1 or +6. It's all up to you, buddy. It is all up to you. So, land this, boom. If you land, what else do you land? This, boom, you can land it. And this as well. So, there's a good amount of shit of what you can do Even doing stuff like that, I would recommend doing that. Absolutely. Like